By boat, by bus, and on foot. Hundreds of thousands of people are pouring into Europe. It's a story of hope and despair.
My friend, baby! 1 minute!
And each migrant's tale is unique. Our story starts on the Greek-Macedonian border. These people are waiting patiently to be allowed to cross into Macedonia. A few days previously, Macedonian police used tear gas and stun grenades to try to turn back the tide of migrants. Now, they're letting them through. Nearby, a small group of Syrians has just crossed into Macedonia. Under the shade of a tree, papers are being given out for transit across the country to its northern border with Serbia. Among the group, 27-year-old Saeed from Damascus.
I have a very good life in Syria. I am a sales manager in computer company. I studied English, but not. I can't complete my English from. We have war. I studied English in Damascus University, and I have house, I have car, but they are all lost in the war because they are always attack and Katyusha rocket. Army. Yes.
It's time to go. Saeed and his wife, Amira, get in line. They're marched off like a military unit. But these are civilians. Some carry small children. Others struggle with bags made for airport terminals. After half an hour or so, we arrive at the town of Gevgelia. Here, buses are waiting. So we've made it onto the bus. It was a big relief for many of these travellers. There was some confusion when we first got on, and I think many people here still don't know exactly where we're going. We are in fact headed for the Serbian border. We're going to be there in about 2 hours' time, and then the next leg of their journey will begin. But for now, the radio is on and the mood is relaxed. The buses are organised by the government, but everyone must pay 15 euros.
50 by 15, okay? 750, okay? Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and a half. 700 and a half, okay?
It's a good, it's a next level, we pass the level, but the difficult level not in Serbia and Hungary because they have many police and crazy police. It's a difficult level for Syrian immigration. In Serbia it's normal because maybe we stay in Belgrade to have a rest in hotel for 1 day, or we pass the difficult level in Hungary.
You're worried about Hungary?
It's scary. It's scary.
Have you heard about the fence they are building in Hungary?
Oh yes, I heard that. My friend crossed in Hungary from 3 days ago. He tells me the wall it's not complete, it's not finished.
So you're racing against time?
Yes.
The bus deposits us at a tiny railway station. After some confusion over which way to go, we set off again on foot. Saeed and Amira married just a month ago. This, in effect, is their honeymoon. The police stop us crossing the border with the group, so we watch from the distance as they disappear into Serbia. The next morning, the town of Preševo looks calm and serene, nestling in the mountains of southern Serbia. But its streets are piled high with litter from the migrants that are pouring through here. Saeed and Amira are queuing for papers. They spent the night at a very basic refugee camp after trekking across the border from Macedonia.
I have my tent, I sleep in tent. Another people have a bag, sleep bag. And some people don't have anything. stay on yard.
Sleep on the ground?
On ground, yes.
Are you tired?
Yes. We're tired, we're very tired. All people are tired. We need to wash our clothes, to wash... I don't brush my teeth for a week ago.
The queue is long, hot and frustrating. But suddenly, Saeed is inside. He tells me later he's told the Serbians that Amira is pregnant. It was, he says, a white lie to jump the queue. But inside, it's just as crowded. Here, they queue again for a permit to stay in Serbia for 72 hours. They also receive food, water and qualified medical attention.
Oh, there is really a lot of people. Usually they have respiratory problems, especially now that was changing of weather. They have problems with gastrointestinal tract because of traveling, and sometimes they also drink water from rivers. They also have a lot of wounds, insect bites because they sleep in woods, a lot of headache and sunburn because of the sun and hot weather. They collapse a lot. Usually they don't drink much water during their travel because they don't have. And they come here exhausted, but I can say that they started their trip very healthy. And during the trip, of course, everybody in 2 months, 3 months can get sick. So we try to help them.
Yeah!
After several hours in Preševo, the group get on the road again. Another bus, this time taking them to Belgrade. It takes about 5 hours, so it's late when we arrive in the Serbian capital. We find a city that's overwhelmed by migrants, camping out on the main squares by the bus station. Saeed's cousin buys some local mobile phone credit and phones a contact who knows a cheap hotel. For the first time in several days, the group will have proper beds and hot running water. Others are not so fortunate. We found this group of 4 Afghans sharing some tinned fish and bread.
I'm sleeping here from 4 days here, but I don't know how much I will be stay here and future about 3 days, 4 days. I don't know about. We are waiting. I'm waiting from one of my friends. He will become. We will go together, inshallah.
What's it like sleeping here?
Sleeping is good. What we should do? There is no any hotel, any cost with us to spend to a camera and in a hotel. There is no. We cannot support it.
The next morning, Belgrade's tent city stirs slowly to life. We can't find Saeed, and he doesn't answer our calls. But we bump into some people who were travelling with Saeed on the bus. Nizar is a 20-year-old English literature student from Aleppo in northern Syria. They show us their video of arriving on a Greek island. This, they said, was the most expensive part of their trip, costing €2,000 each. And the first time they tried it, it ended in disaster.
A big boat coming to us, and they hit us, and we are getting down in the water. And we still in the water for 2 hours. After 2 hours, the Turkish Coast Guards come to us and take us. And they give us a papers to leave Turkey in 13 days. After that, we go to another way. We go to Marmaris in Turkey, and then we find a man who take us from Marmaris to Greece.
The so-called Balkan route has taken the travellers through Greece and Macedonia to the Serbian capital Belgrade. Next, they head further north to the border with Hungary. When we arrive, they're putting in electricity pylons at the Kanyija refugee camp. Some 20,000 people have passed through here in the 2 weeks since it was opened by the Serbian authorities. Before, people slept rough in a nearby park.
People were sleeping on the streets, babies were kept in pizza boxes. We had to take them on foot to the doctors, and our doctors were coming only twice a week due to the lack of hygiene in the park. I take it personally because my father is Libyan and he's working as a head of the ICU in Benghazi in Libya, so sort of I know what they're going through.
The following day, as another bus arrives at the camp, we run into an old friend.
How are you?
Saeed has had a hard time.
How are you? Nice to see you.
In Belgrade, he paid a trafficker 1,800 euros to drive them to Germany. The trafficker ran off with the money. Saeed is at least safe here, but his hopes for the future are for more than just safety.
It's safe, but it's not my dream in Serbia. Maybe in Belgium, in Germany. Complete our life, make a business, make a work, make a family. We don't know. That's future. Destiny.
Saeed and Amira head off to find another trafficker. He says they'll pay 350 euros to be driven to Hungary. This is what Saeed is afraid of. The 4-metre fence which the Hungarian army is building the length of its border with Serbia. From Kanyija, most refugees follow a rail line to a gap in the fence. Crossing the border here is very easy, but then the Hungarian police pen them in, making them wait for buses to take them to a camp. They spend hours with no shade in 35 degrees Celsius, and there's not space on board for everyone.
There is no food, no water. We are drying. Some people sitting here under the sun. It's like it's not a human. It's not what we came for.
Now we are like a prisoner. No, they're not allowed me to go back. They're not allowed me to go to the camp. I don't know about our future.
Women and children are given priority. The migrants are eventually taken here. We are not allowed in, and they are not allowed out. But suddenly we spot a group of men scaling the barbed wire fence and making a dash for freedom. More follow. Some, though, are not quite fast enough.
My friend, baby! 5 minutes!
As the police look one way, a second group seizes its chance to flee. But they're not gone for long. Within a few minutes, they're captured and brought back. Perhaps it's not surprising that people are trying to escape. It's very different from the situation in Serbia, where they can come and go from the camp as they wish. Here, they're held for about 24 hours. Most of them have their fingerprints taken, and then they can continue their journeys. Saeed and Amira managed to avoid this, but it would be 2 weeks before we found out how. In early September, they get in touch from here. This is Traiskirchen, the biggest camp in Austria for people seeking asylum. They're sharing a tent with 6 other people, mostly complete strangers. And on the street outside, there are smiles and laughter. Clowns have come to entertain the camp children. Saeed and Amira have been here for nearly a week now. They have no idea when they'll move on.
الموضوع يعني الكامب منيح يعني بس انه ما في انه كثير فول صاير يعني كثير في عالم يعني وكل يوم في تقريبا شي 50 شخص او 100 شخص عم يجوا ترانسفيرات دائما انه وقت ينقلوا العالم من الكامب لبيوت ثانيه او شيء او اوتيلات عم تكون بعدد صغير يعني ما في انه مثلا اجى 100 واحد عم يروح بس 10.
These Syrian newlyweds suddenly have lots of time and nothing to do. In a local park, Amira agrees to talk on camera for the first time. She recalls the worst moment of the journey after they'd sneaked across the border into Hungary to meet their trafficker.
طلعنا بسيارة فورا اجت الشرطة نزلونا من السيارة وهربوا ونحن تخبينا بالحمام شي ساعتين وردوا طلعنا لبرا وردينا دفعنا لسيارة ثانية وأخذونا.
What was going through your mind at that moment, hiding in that toilet?
إنه أكثر شيء إنه هن رح يخلونا نروح نبصم وكذا. كنت كتير خايفة إنه بس يبعدونا عن بعض وياخذونا على السجن هونيك بس هيك.
The drama is now over, but perhaps their biggest challenge is yet to come.
هلا حتكون هي صعبة يعني بس هن عاطينا فترة لحتى ناخذ فيها الإقامة. هي فترة الإقامة هي يعني نلحق نعمل فيها إنه اللغة نلحق نعرف شو في يعني نشوف مثل ما بيقولوا البلد حوالينا الأسواق وين يعني نعرف هي حياة جديدة ما بنعرف فيها شيء يعني. هي الفترة لازم تكون يعني هي مو فترة راحة العالم كلها بتفكرها هي فترة راحة لا هي بالعكس هي لازم هون الواحد يأسس حاله فيها. بعد الإقامة يعني كل شيء بأوله صعب بالآخر يعني هي بالنهاية.
Back at the camp, volunteers are handing out clothes to the asylum seekers. Today it's warm, but winter is approaching and Austria must find housing for thousands of people living in tents. Saeed and Amira say they're already very cold at night. For now, though, they must simply make do with the hardships of life under canvas. Far from home and family, they face an uncertain future in a foreign land.